So I'm sure most people will know at this point, there's basically a new update coming to the Garden update. Garden 1.5 if you like. Now I would quite definitely say that the first Garden update was definitely a success. Granted, it had its teething problems and it took a while to be implemented, it turned out to be a really good update that has now made farming viable for earlier game players. And not just earlier game players, mid-game players, anyone. This Garden update is good. Especially when this update first came out, you could make so many coins, it was unreal. But as with any update, as more people played the update and the hype died down a little bit, the amount of coins that you could make quite substantially dropped. But today we're going to head over to the alpha to check out some of the new features, and also see how this could affect the thing that most people are interested in, and that's making coins. Before the video properly starts, I just want to say that throughout this video, I talk about the video as if it hasn't released, and then towards the end of the video, the update does release, so if it gets a bit confusing, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're now on the alpha server. So if we head into our garden, over to the desk and we head over to the sky map, we've got this item here called a yellow bandana. Now this is a pet item, it grants plus 30 farming fortune when you apply it to a pet. That in itself is really good. Considering we don't really have any other farming pet items, it's pretty nice. Now we also have two reforged stones, so the first one is called the sky map brochure. And this reforged stone is going to apply the bustling reforge, which gives you plus 8 farming fortune when combined with armor. Requires mining level 9 to apply and costs 100 copper, so it's pretty inexpensive, and this is going to be able to buff your farming fortune quite a bit. Plus 8 on each piece of armor, so you could potentially get an extra 32 farming fortune for the price of 400 copper, which is pretty cheap. Now, we also have another reforged stone called the large walnut. Now this applies the earthy reforge when combined with an axe, which is going to give you plus 1 speed and plus 10 farming fortune, requires mining skill level 12 to apply. Very good. Combined with your armor, you can now get an extra 42 farming fortune for the price of 550 copper. Now honestly, this one's a little bit odd, okay? So it can only be applied to axes. Obviously you can't apply it to a hoe. Now we already have reforged stones, 4 hoes and 4 axes. Now we already have reforged stones like the blessed fruit, which you can combine with a hoe or an axe, which makes much more sense. And considering there isn't another new reforged stone just to apply to holes, I don't know, this is alpha, so it could change, it might just be a mistake, but this is true, this is just weird. Anyway, all in all, I think these 3 additions are pretty good. Who doesn't want a new reforge? It gives you a bit more variety, you potentially get a little bit more speed from this one. Reforged stones, or farming reforge for armor, something that should have always been in the game. Probably going all the way back to the first farming update when Jacob was introduced, and it should have definitely been introduced in the first garden update, but at least we've got it now, and I don't understand why we wouldn't have had it sooner. And also the fact that we've only just seen a farming pet item at this point is also a little bit confusing. But anyway, this is going to be really good. And just from the pet item and the new reforged stone, you could get an extra 62 farming fortune just from your pet and your armor that you already have. Which realistically, for anyone who gardens or farms in the garden, is really good. Now something else that's pretty cool is they've actually buffed the amount that farming crops sell for at the NPC. So if we just go ahead and grab a piece of enchanted sugarcane and go over to an NPC to see how much we can sell it for, as you can see it's now 128,000 coins, which is substantially more than it was before. And that's not just for sugarcane, that's consistent with most of the other crops too. If we just sell some more crops, you're able to see how much they're now selling for, so yeah. Pretty cool, something we definitely cannot complain about. And I know for you Iron Man players, you're probably delighted about it. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that some of the farming tools are now going to be able to be sold in the auction house. So if we just grab, I don't know, a cocoa chopper, and then we'll just grab a hoe. Now, I've heard that it's only the axes, but we'll see. Oh yeah, see, we can actually sell this cocoa chopper, so, I don't know, we'll just put the item price at 20k, because it's the alpha at the end of the day, who really cares? So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can now sell some items on the AH. What if I've been informed correctly? Oh, wait, we can sell... Oh, wait. This is cool. Wait, you can sell the holes on the... Yo! Why is this only just happening now? This should have always been a thing, seriously. I'm just going to grab a few other items just to double check. So we'll take a cactus knife and we'll take a carrot hoe. I'm pretty sure it's all going to work, but I was under the impression that it was just the axes that you were able to sell, but no. No, okay, wait. Okay, we'll take this out. Yes, okay, it works. Okay, this is really cool. Now, to be honest, in the past, if I've ever wanted to sell like a farming hoe or anything like that, I've just struggled. And to be honest, I've never really known how much to sell it for because there's nothing to go off. So the fact that you can now sell these items on the auction house, I think is really good, and it should have been a thing all along. But I'll tell you something else that should have been a thing all along. And that would be you being subscribed to the channel. If you're not already, become part of the 23%, there's no reason not to. Also, I just want to say a massive thanks for 40k subscribers. I mean, it is a pretty big number, although pretty insignificant in the grand scheme, but I do appreciate it, but we're going for 50. Also, while you're here, you should join the Discord server. It's linked in the description of every single video. Don't miss out. Anyway, talking of things that should have been implemented into the game all along. Okay, so around about 2 weeks ago, I made a video. Okay, the title was "This is ruining Skyblock and needs to be fixed." Basically, it was just me listing off a lot of things that I think needed to be fixed or changed about Skyblock. That's pretty much it. Anyway, in this video, I mentioned that it was quite insane, the fact that when you farm Netherwart, you didn't get farming XP. And the comment section, to my surprise, didn't actually agree with me, which I was a little bit baffled by. After all, Netherwarts is a crop that you farm. It's in the Jacob farming contest. You know, you can even have your own dedicated Netherwart farming hoe, which gives you farming fortune that affects how much you farm. Like, it makes no sense for it to give alchemy XP. Well, finally, I believe that farming Netherwarts now actually gives you farming XP rather than alchemy. We're about to test that out. Okay, here we go. Yes, farming XP. Okay. So all those people that were saying, no, you're wrong, Nitros, okay, what are we witnessing? What are we witnessing right here, okay? This is for all of you people who disagreed. Okay, so I'm not trying to be too toxic. Now, I'm not trying to say that it was me who made this change happen, but if it was, then I will be more than happy to accept the creative mind that I'm owed. To be honest, I'm just happy it's finally changed. It now makes sense, okay? Everything points to this giving farming XP. Yes, you use it to brew potions, but you also use sugarcane to brew potions, which gives you farming XP. Doesn't make sense. Or should I say, it does make sense now. But if you look through the bazaar, all the turbo books, okay, turbo warts was always the cheapest. And to be completely honest, I just think the whole reason for that is because nobody farms or nobody used to farm netherwarts because it doesn't give you farming XP. At the end of the day, not only are you farming for coins, you're also farming for farming XP. And if you're not getting farming XP for farming, then what is the point in farming that crop? Anyway, I can stop ranting now. They've finally changed it, so I'm happy. No, honestly, I didn't even realise, but the update is now out on the main server. And I've been on the alpha because I didn't think it was out yet. But yeah, we're on the main server, and Netherwarts gives farming XP, so that is a W. Now, to be honest, in terms of making coins, the great thing about NPC prices being increased is now that all of the bazaar prices have also increased too, which makes sense. Although, if you are farming sugarcane, you're actually still better off selling it straight to the NPC, because, I mean, you'd be making a loss, in a sense, if you sell it to the bazaar. And of course, the increase in price of the bazaar is consistent with pretty much every crop as well, which just basically means that garden is now more profitable, which is good. So just farming, full stop, will land you way more coins than it would have done prior to this update. Now, something else that's been implemented, which is pretty cool, is basically the fact that these NPCs now don't ask for as much as they used to. This becomes more prominent in higher tier NPCs, but basically you're paying less for more, which in turn will make it easier to level up, get XP, get garden XP, get farming XP, and get Skyblock XP, which is a W all around. Now, in terms of coins, I'm not saying this is the best idea ever, but you can actually just bazaar flip enchanted sugarcane. Now, I don't know about the volumes, and I don't know if this is actually going to be great. I don't know if the orders will fill. But if we just, for instance, put an order in, like, create a buy order, and we just literally go for one. I want to see how long it takes to fill. And we just go top order +1. Because we can sell to the NPC and we can literally profit. Okay. I mean, it sort of makes sense that it fills relatively quickly, just because, well, a lot of people are farming and they've probably not noticed that. You could just literally do this and... not that, but they can literally just... there we go. Just like that. 2.2k, 2.3k profit. Absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm Dazza, and this is probably not going to make you that many coins, but it's something you could do. Anyway, all in all, I've got to say the few changes that have been implemented are very good. Now I've just gone over what I think are the most important changes, and there are other changes that have occurred. So if you're looking for a full breakdown on all of the changes and not really anything to do with anyone's opinion, I'd probably recommend go and watch Derelius's video, and he'll explain it. Well, he does explain it in way more detail. Anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.